What's up, Lakers Nation? Trevor Lane here, senior writer for LakersNation.com, your home for everything Lakers. Well, today we're talking about a fight. Brandon Ingram, Rajon Rondo got into it with Chris Paul against the Houston Rockets when the Lakers took them on Saturday night in Los Angeles, and suspensions came down. We're going to break down what's going to happen with the Lakers lineup now. However, before we get into it, guys, make sure you head over to DraftKings.com or download the app. Use my code LAKERS. You can play for free with your first deposit. Fantasy basketball is so much fun. It's one of my favorite things. I literally just did a draft about 20 minutes ago. Go check it out. DraftKings.com. Use that code LAKERS and play for free with your first deposit. So the Lakers are going to be without Rajon Rondo. Rondo is out for 3 games for spitting at and punching Chris Paul. And Brandon Ingram's out for 4 games because he pushed James Harden, kind of started the whole scuffle, and then ran back into it and threw a super long right-handed jump. It was a punch. It was almost like a John Jones Superman punch because of how long Ingram's limbs are. Chris Paul only got 2 games for his role, which raised some eyebrows, that's for sure. I was a bit surprised. I thought Chris Paul and Rondo would get an even number of games. They would both get the same amount. And then I thought Brandon Ingram would get more because he got out of it and then went and got back into it. So that was a little bit surprising to see Chris Paul only have a 2-game suspension, whereas Rondo got 3. But in any event, the Lakers are going to be without 2 starters for the next few games. And there's some big games coming up. We've got the San Antonio Spurs, the Phoenix Suns, the Denver Nuggets, and then the Spurs again. Okay, so all Western Conference rivals here. The Suns have been looking better than they were last season. So even they could be a challenge. And these Lakers really need to get some wins. Right, they're 0-2 right now. The West is unforgiving. You can't go on a prolonged losing streak. So the Lakers are kind of in between a rock and a hard place here. They've got to figure out a way to win, and now they've got to do it without 2 of their starters. So let's see what they're going to do. You've got Rajon Rondo, who's been starting at point guard. So what's the fix there? Well, obviously, Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball is going to come in and be the team's starting point guard again. He has been on a minutes restriction. That may go out the window now that Rondo is gone. So Lonzo's coming in. Lonzo did some good things against Houston. You know, he shot the ball better. He hit from 3. I mean, doing some things that you want to see him do. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised with anything. I wouldn't be surprised if Lonzo flops and it just doesn't work out. But my guess, my gut tells me that Lonzo's going to do well and he's not going to give up the starting job. When Rondo comes back, Rondo's going to come back with his second unit and Lonzo's going to stick. We'll see. That's just my gut feeling, but that's kind of what I think is going to happen. But the big question is not who takes over at starting point guard. It's what happens after that. What do the Lakers do from there? Because here's the thing. If the Lakers have a backup point guard on this roster, a backup to Lonzo, it would be Brandon Ingram. Brandon Ingram would be next in line to play point guard. We saw him do it last season when Lonzo was hurt, and he did really well at it. Actually put up the best numbers of his career while playing point guard. So Brandon Ingram would be that guy, but he's out. So what do you do? Well, if you want a natural point guard, a pure point guard, I suppose you could say, Alex Caruso could be an option. He's on a 2-way contract. Bring him in. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Lakers go ahead and call him up to active duty. Caruso did not shoot the ball well from 3 at all. He can defend a little bit. He can pass a little bit. He's not going to spread the floor. He's not going to give you that outside touch. I don't know. I don't know if the Lakers are going to go that route or not. There are some other options. Remember, LeBron James can handle the ball just fine. And we saw the Lakers go without a true point guard a few times during preseason because they've got guys like LeBron that can handle the ball. So maybe you see a guy like Kyle Kuzma get some more run and LeBron become the de facto point guard. Whereas Kuzma slides in at the 4, you just see the Lakers go more positionless. We could also see Lance Stevenson pick up some minutes handling the ball for the second unit, which we also saw during preseason. It's going to have to be kind of a point guard by committee thing because obviously Lonzo Ball can't play the entire game. This is part of the brilliance of the Lakers roster construction, or one of the good things I should say about the Lakers roster construction is they have so many guys that can handle the ball, so many that can create, that they should be okay. They should be able to weather this storm without Rondo, although I did like what Rondo was doing. So disappointed to see him kind of lose that momentum, and now he's out for a few games. The bigger question, or I guess the more challenging question, is what happens at small forward. Brandon Ingram was starting at small forward. He's the guy they really wanted to get going, and now they're without him for 3 games. I think the obvious option is Lance Stevenson sliding into small forward at the starting spot. Luke Walton was really impressed with what he did against the Houston Rockets. He loved that he listened to the Lakers' request that he not dribble the ball so much, that he not over dribble. So I think Lance Stephenson's going to get first crack at that starting small forward spot. And fine, no problem with that. What do you do after that, though? You've got Svi Mikhailuk, who a lot of people online, I've seen you on Twitter, saying put Svi in. A lot of people have been saying they want to see Svi over Lance. I don't know if it's going to happen. He's a rookie. The Lakers really need to win. It's early in the season. Hey, maybe they toss him out there. I'm a big Svi fan. I wouldn't mind seeing it all. I think the kid's a great shooter. He can do some things out there on the floor. But it's going to be some high-pressure games against teams like San Antonio and Denver. I don't know if you sort of throw him to the wolves, so to speak, like that. So if you're not going to go with Svi, then what do? Well, you've got Kyle Kuzma. And I think Kuzma can actually play pretty well at the 3. I'd be more comfortable using Kuzma at the 3 than a guy like, say, Michael Beasley. So what I wouldn't be surprised to see happen is Kyle Kuzma pick up some more minutes as the de facto backup 3 or the nominal backup 3, where you see Michael Beasley out on the floor as well. And Beasley would then become the team's 5, the team's small ball 5, filling in Kuzma's old role. So I think you're going to see a lot of things happening kind of by committee, but don't be surprised if we see Michael Beasley sharing the floor with Kyle Kuzma, and then one of them is sort of the nominal 5, the center, even though they're going positionless. And the only way to really look at it and see who's who is to look at who they're guarding. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Beasley come in and get it correct guarding backup centers, whereas Kuzma will be in there playing the small forward spot, picking up for Lance Stephenson's role because then he's starting. And again, I think you're going to see more minutes from Kuzma overall with these injuries. I think you're going to mix those across a few different positions now, and Kuzma's minutes are going to shoot up. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at 35 a game or more now because the Lakers need some more help on the wing. Well, it's going to be a challenge, that's for sure. It's going to be tough. It's hard for a team that's developing chemistry and just starting to get things going to now they've got to switch it all up. So it's going to be a challenge, but we'll see if they can really step up and find a way to get some wins because they really need them. Get some wins and put themselves right back up there in the Western Conference. That's going to wrap things up for now. Who do you think should slide into these roles? Who should be the starting 1? Who should be the starting 3? And then who should get more minutes as a result of these suspensions? Let me know. Comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to head over to DraftKings or download the DraftKings app. Use my code LAKERS and play for free with your first deposit. And of course, don't forget to head over to LakersNation.com, your home for everything Lakers. My name's Trevor Lane. You guys can find me on Twitter at Trevor_Lane. Till next time, see ya.